So I'm currently 8 or 10 plus hours in Zenless Zone Zero, and the combat of the game is pretty disappointing. Now, don't get me wrong, everything else in the game is really, really good. For example, the music is such a vibe and the story is pretty interesting so far. It's just the combat. I expected a little more from Hoyo. I mean, this game's main focus is combat, and I'm sorry to say, but I really think Genshin and Withering Waves combat is a lot better. And those are open world games. People are gonna kill me for even mentioning Withering Waves in the same sentence as Zenless Zone Zero and Genshin, but I just had to. Moving on, my main problem with the combat is it's pretty bare bones. Maybe my expectation was too big, but when I hear a game that's being made and the main focus is combat, I have 3 things in mind. The combat has to be addicting, fun, and give you lots of freedom to chain cool combos together. Now, don't get me wrong here. I didn't expect this game to be Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, or Hi-Fi Rush. I just expected something more than we got. Let me explain why I think this combat is pretty bare bones. So you have a team which consists of 3 people. Each has their own basic attack, EX attack, and we'll call it an ultimate attack. And what this game's main focus is constantly switching up party members on the fly. So basically, you go in combat, press basic attack a few times, and throw in an EX attack, and boom! Screen goes all slow motion to change a party member, and they do their big chunky attack, and now you're them. And after that, it's kinda rinse and repeat. It's kinda how combat goes. Now, there is elemental factors that play a role, like for example, one of the main characters, Ambi. She has the ability to shock enemies. So when the enemy is shocked, you can call another party member in with a different element and do more damage, which is cool. But you can do the same thing in Genshin, and I argue that Genshin kind of does it better. All I'm saying is, you know how cool it would have been to do, let's say, air combos and chain that together with a party member's skill on the ground or in the air and keep juggling that same enemy. And I'm gonna say, the characters in this game aren't really that special. I wish they had more depth to them. Like for example, Ambi. She has a cool combo you can do, which is on the 4th hit of her attack. You can hold or pause for a second on the 2nd attack to do this cool shock kick into her like electric sword. And also, I believe on her 5th attack, you can press the EX button to do this cool electric sword uppercut. But that's kind of the whole character. Are you seeing what I'm talking about? And they have the audacity to add a moveless screen, like these characters are complex. Look, imagine if she had something like almost all her attacks you can EX after to do a unique move, and that move changed into her regular attacks. And you can do the wait on the 4th hit, and that attack bounces the enemy on the ground, which then you can call a party member in to chain this attack into an air combo or something else unique to that character. These are the kind of things I expect from combat-driven games, just the freedom to chain combos together. But unfortunately, this game's combat is pretty linear, which sucks because I'm really enjoying the vibe of this game. It gives Persona vibes, and I might sound a little crazy here, but Jet Set Radio a tad bit, just in like the whole atmosphere. And the story is also pretty good so far, as well as the characters. So the question is, am I gonna keep up with this game and keep playing it like Genshin and Withering Waves? Most likely not. It's fun right now, but I can see myself getting bored and putting it down. Maybe giving it a chance later on and then having the same problem I have now. But that is all I had to say on that ZZZ. It doesn't put me to sleep, but eventually the combat will.